This is Dr. Peter Mbah'S 1 year in office. The sun has risen in Enugu State. Change is in the air. Under the steadfast leadership of Governor Dr. Peter Mbah', the Executive Governor of Enugu State, immense progress has been made in key areas fundamental to the well-being and growth of the state. Join us on a journey through the achievement in clean water provision, security, smart schools, and infrastructural developments in just 1 year.
When we went on our campaign trip in the build-up to the elections, we made very consequential pronouncements. And we did say that our mission is to ensure that Enugu is the premier destination for investment, business, tourism, and living. Because to say that you want to make your state to become the preferred destination for investment means that you needed to also make sure that you have all the key enablers. So we said we want to have water available to our people, to all the households in the city within 180 days. We knew it was a tall order, but we also realized the things we needed to do. So some of the things we needed to front load, we did, because 180 days is 6 months. And at this time, Enugu's daily demand for water was over 80 million liters daily. And at the time, we were only producing about 2 million liters. So we have to scale up the production level, which we did. We were able to accomplish that within 180 days. We moved our production from 2 million liters to 120 million liters within 180 days. But that was just dealing with the upstream. There was also the midstream and the downstream challenges. So we needed to transport whatever we have produced to the reservoir. So we addressed that.
What is remarkable is the vision of this governor, Dr. Peter Mbah'. Before he came into office, in thinking and conceptualizing what really will impact the lives of the Enugu in the short, medium to long term, and knowing the safety and the value for life implication of having water, had set out at the very beginning to identify some of the key anchor points for intervention. We have 4 different water schemes in Enugu. But what he did was identify the ones that had the highest capacity, the 9 Mile project, and also that was closest to our plans for reticulation for the last mile.
In 9 Mile, which is the main place, we used to have about 12 boreholes, but out of the 12, they were moribund, they were not functional, okay? So, but His Excellency has extended it with another 16 to make it 24 in all. So the 24 of them are working. So we now have the 9 Mile ultramodern water facility.
I think what is also important is that 9 Miles is a production area which is one of the most modern production areas, not even in Africa. It could also be in Europe. So we have a gas power plant there with compact natural gas, which is running 24 hours, 24/7, to provide stable electricity. As you see, we also have a control room there. So we see every pump running, every borehole running. It's controlled, how much is producing, electricity and everything. So what we have built there is something really sustainable. And this is something we really can be proud of.
In order to reticulate this water that is generated from the 247 ultramodern water project at 9 Mile, provided by His Excellency, we discovered that all the lines within Enugu Metro, all the reticulation line within Enugu Metro started bursting because of the water, the volume of water that is produced. So our challenge is that we were able to provide this water, but the reticulation lines, because they were moribund asbestos pipes, so that's what we're tackling now to ensure that, those asbestos pipes are changed to ductile. And as of today, we can beat our chest and say that 90% of them have water.
Safety and security are paramount in Governor Dr. Peter Mbah'S vision to Enugu State. Humane and innovative approaches to law enforcement and community policing have been implemented, resulting in a marked reduction in crime rates and an overall sense of safety among residents.
When we came in and had to deal with a situation where some non-state actors would dictate to us the days of the week that we have to go to work and the days we have to sit at home, we felt that it was unacceptable, and that if we were going to really resolve to bring investors to Enugu, it's not just mere posturing, then we must do something about insecurity. And so we've mobilized interest, stakeholders, and most importantly, got the support from the security agencies. Today, live in Enugu that arguably is the most peaceful state to live and work in the country.
I want to tell you the person or the man I'm working with, Dr. Ndubisi Peter Mbah. If not for his own involvement in security management of the state, he would have not had it very easy. He have made our operation less cumbersome. And let me tell you some of the highlights, some of the things that we are flowing with. One, importantly, is this distress response team, made up of vehicles, and each of the vehicles are marked in each and every point of the state and prompt and quick response to any crime situation. When there's any crime, and the control will call, and then they move swiftly to arrest the situation. If you look at one thing we have done now, which is really on board now, is this our command control center. That is where upon all the security operatives are involved. We involve ourselves together to achieve a common goal.
Well, I personally wish to appreciate the governor of Enugu State, His Excellency Barrister Peter Mbah, for providing adequate security for that in Enugu State, especially with the establishment of this DRS. They are really doing a good work. Now we can go about freely without any fear. During sit at home, we can move around, no fear. And even nightlife has been restored in Enugu State. We thank him so much.
His Excellency is not looking at this from an Enugu State point of view. He's also looking at this from a regional market point of view, knowing that the implication of setting a model that works is that the other Southeast states will begin to borrow from that model, and it becomes a regional approach to managing insecurity in Enugu State and in the region.
Our objective in the health sector is to ensure that every child has access to quality health care. Okay, so if you look at what we're doing in the primary health care space, we're building brand new 260 level 2 primary health care centers, again across the entire wards of Enugu State. But we're not so enthused about the infrastructure. For each type 2 PHC that we're doing today, we are also equipping them. Just recently, I approved the recruitment of over 2,000 healthcare workers in that space.
This administration has looked into universal health coverage and primary healthcare as the bedrock of healthcare delivery. The secondary healthcare delivery is also receiving attention with the signing into law of a second teaching hospital in Enugu State called the State University of Medicine and Applied Sciences Teaching Hospital, even while attention is coming to quaternary healthcare services that will make Enugu the medical tourism capital of West Africa.
Prior to when this administration came into power, most of these were not in place. But with all of the innovations that have been put in place, citizens are now going to enjoy access to world-class health facilities. And what that will do is to increase the level of confidence that the people in the community have in the healthcare center.
Education is the cornerstone of a bright future, and Governor Dr. Peter Mbah has prioritized the advancement of smart schools equipped with cutting-edge technology. This innovative learning environment have empowered students to excel academically and develop crucial skills for the digital age.
I think we've also done something radical in the education sector, where we're doing a 260 smart schools. The idea of the 260 smart school is we mop up all the mushroom schools that existed and have all the kids who ordinarily would be going to those mushroom schools now go through the smart school. So for each ward, we have a smart school that has the capacity to take 1,000 students. And what that means is, in a ward where you actually have more than 1,000 students, we're actually more than happy to do a second smart school. And that's the plan. So we're also moving from classic way of learning to what we refer to now as an experiential learning. And again, this is outside what is recommended even by UNESCO. The recommendation is to have 9 years of free basic education. What we're doing in Enugu here is 12 years of free mandatory education. So from age 3, the child gets to go through nursery school, pre-primary 1, pre-primary 2. Then by the time they get to primary 1, they have access to a tablet. They go through their journey of elementary school.
Smart boards in the classroom and internet and 40 kVA solar power to run the school, and residential apartments for 40 teachers in the school, multimedia library, ICT center, innovation studio, comprising of robotics, mechatronics, virtual reality, all of that. But it is smart because it is integrative of all of these solutions, designed to solve endemic problems in education underdevelopment in Enugu State.
This governor has set out a process and a model where end-to-end we're involved, the community is involved, stakeholders are involved to take ownership so teachers become part of the ecosystem and the community where they teach.
Hi friends, my name is Annie Precious Chama. I'm from Enugu State Smart Green School or campus. In our own school, as we are called Smart, we have smart boards. And I also thank him for the meals that we are being fed, because in other schools, students and children worry about hunger. But as for us, we don't have to worry about that. I also want to thank him for transforming our dreams into reality. Thank you.
Firstly, our environment is one of the best environments in the whole wide world. As for me, our teachers teach us through the process of experiential learning, which means learning by doing. Thirdly, I would like to say about our tablets, which the governor made us to use, which we are now digital using them. We have 24 hours internet and solar, which we can use to explore and do any kind of things we want at the web.
The governor provides the school bus free for the students and free education that he has provided for us. I want to thank His Excellency, the person that makes it possible for us to be in this wonderful smart environment. I think the school is incredibly amazing.
Your Excellency, you have always emphasized that education is the most important intervention program for development. Our smart school is equipped with state-of-the-art technology, free school uniforms, free textbooks.
A teacher can play a video about what he's teaching, prepare ahead of the class, whereby reducing paperwork, making the teaching so easy and making the learning so easy.
There is nowhere in the country you can get such a school owned by the government. The emphasis is owned by the government. The atmosphere here is like what we get outside the country, but it is here in Enugu. We are the pioneer school.
Thank you, His Excellency, Barrister Dr. Peter Simba, for smart school.
The physical landscape of Enugu State has been reshaped under Dr. Peter Mbah'S stewardship with a surge in infrastructural projects aimed at enhancing connectivity and spurring economic growth. These developments have not only created job opportunities, but have also boosted the state's reputation as a hub of progress and development.
We actually said we wanted to ensure that we attract 3 million people as tourists every year to Enugu. And of course, what that means is that you have to essentially tie all the, connect the dots. You have to have a functional international airport so that people can fly from all parts of the world to here. Connecting that dot means that you have to have paved roads, you have to have an efficient transportation system.
The transportation agenda of the Enugu state government, led by Barrister Dr. Peter Mbah'S administration, looks at transportation in a very dynamic way. It goes beyond just the movement of people. You look at the digitization effort that the ministry is undergoing, from being able to conduct biometric exercise of over 156,000 vehicles in the state, to the digitization of payments. All the payments in the ministry are now e-ticketed, to the building out of a platform called Smart Transport Operating System that seamlessly connects every activity in the ministry and even all the IoT devices in the vehicle in the state to our central command and control. You look at the sustainability. How can we use transportation to reduce our carbon footprint in the state? So the state have already ordered over 2,000 electric taxis and over 200 electric buses. And these things not only provide safety, but affordability and sustainability of transportation in our state. It's not just about buses, it's about rail infrastructure. Over 130 kilometers of rail that the administration is planning to use to connect all the key economic hubs, both the special agro-processing zones, the commodity belt at the new Enugu city, and also the densely populated areas in our state. Think of the road infrastructure. The state have completed over 300 kilometers of new roads in the state, and this road infrastructure will be further supported with other critical infrastructure like bus terminals, which we currently are beginning to the foundation this June. And those bus terminals are one in Holy Ghost, which is called the Enugu Central Station. You have the Ababa Central Station, the Gariki Central Station, and then Soka Central Station.
The first set of projects he agreed and announced publicly was 70 urban and rural roads. Of those 70, we have over 2/3 of them completed. What he promised that he was going to get all those set up and completed within the first year. And there are true road networks, corridors that haven't been touched in the past 20, 30 years. Areas that since creation of this layout have not had any government presence in a meaningful way.
New Haven Market Road, it was bad before, but immediately Peter Mbah entered, he remembered us. He came and brought a new company that knows what they're doing, and they now scrape the old one. Instead of patching, they scrape it and put another coat high, even with a street light, solar street light. Since then, the market is moving. Even if there's a traffic on the major road, people will pass from here. Until when they pass, they will be looking and say, wow, they don't know that there's such market here.
I use this road almost every day, distributing my products. Before now, I find it difficult to move around with my car. But now, I'm able to sell more because of the good road we have now. The governor is really doing his work.
Well, there's no road here before.
The road is very narrow, and by 8 o'clock, you can't pass there because it's a death trap. Snake can bite you or anything else can happen to you.
It's not up to a month now the road started, but the business is now moving. Many people know that we are here, but before nobody knows that we are inside here. I'm very, very happy because this road make my office and everything is now moving. I'm having more customers than before. I thank Governor Mbah for doing the road.
Before now, it's a very bad road. Like we cannot even have access of coming in here. Whenever you are driving in, your car will be stuck on the road because of gullies, erosions, all here and there. But this man came to our rescue, and this is the situation of the road now. We say thank you to Governor Peter Mbah for giving us a good road. We appreciate you so much.
The government of Enugu State, led by His Excellency Dr. Peter Mbah'S, is desirous of transforming the agricultural sector holistically, basically to ensure that the Enugu is fed and Enugu State becomes the food basket of Nigeria. The government also has decided to revitalize arboreborn assets, starting with UPPL that was established in 1970. The government had invested 60% of its share of UPPL to Pragmatic Palm Limited, maintaining only 40% with a strong management arrangement to ensure that palm oil production is on the increase, and Enugu State takes its pride of being one among the highest producers of palm oil. The government also has promised in the Enugu of establishment of agro-processing zones in the 3 senatorial districts. One of it is starting with a pilot of it is starting at Owo in Kano East. The project is designed to concentrate processing plants along areas, basically rural areas where we have high agricultural potentials, so that we can avert post-harvest losses, increase the value addition to the agricultural product, increase our income and increase our GDP, and also produce our products for exportation.
There are quite a lot of things you have to do if you are serious about making your state, which is essentially the mission we're in, right? That's essentially what we go to bed thinking about, to wake up. How would Enugu become that preferred destination for investors?
His Excellency has a vision to make Enugu State the premier destination for business, investment, tourism, and living. To achieve that, His Excellency has decided to complete the International Conference Center. The ICC is a world-class facility that has a 3,600 capacity auditorium, a 1,500 capacity conference hall, and a 500 capacity banquet hall with other meeting rooms. So it's going to be fully equipped. It's going to be world-class standard to host conferences, global events, and all kinds of meetings. As a complementary facility, His Excellency has awarded contracts to build a 5-star hotel. This 5-star hotel is going to be a state-of-the-art hotel, fully equipped with over 300 rooms, with a theater room, with a conference room, and all kinds of facilities to meet people or groups of different social class. His Excellency also took a bold view to grow the economy exponentially from $4.4 billion to $30 billion. And to do that, we recognized that we'll need to activate all our dormant industries so that we can create employment opportunities for our people. So to start off, we signed a management contract with the INDEV Group to fully equip and rehabilitate the Niger Gas Company. The Niger Gas Company is going to produce industrial and medical grade gas, and it's also going to create employment opportunities for over 200 people and indirect employment opportunities for thousands of people.
As we reflect on the accomplishment of Governor Dr. Peter Mbah'S first year in office, it's evident that progress is not just a promise, but a reality in Enugu State.
Our people haven't seen anything yet. I don't think our job is anywhere close to being done. Indeed, it's still morning yet.
Together, with the dedication of stakeholders and the unwavering support of the people, Governor Dr. Peter Mbah continues to drive forward on the path to a brighter, more prosperous future for all. Thank you for joining us on this journey of transformation, disruptive innovation, and growth. Together, we work towards a better, brighter tomorrow for Enugu State and her people.